Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chloe. I'm a model, nutrition coach and personal trainer in London. And today I'm going to be showing you a full day of eating. Also, I'm going to be showing you my physique update. Some of you may know I've been bulking for 10 months now, so since last July. So that means I've been in a calorie surplus and I'm still doing that. So I'm just going to show you some clips of what I look like now, and I haven't got any clips of what I looked like before, but I have got pictures, so I'm going to show you a few before and after pictures just to show you kind of the progress I've made and why I'm doing what I'm doing. And then also in this video I'm going to be talking to you about bulking for girls, what it is, when you should do it, why you should do it, and how to do it. First of all, I'm going to show you my physique update. If you want to skip the whole video and don't want to see what I eat in a day, then I'm going to put the minutes on the screen now where you can skip to about the bulking and what it is and how to do it and everything.
Cause we're all just human, it's really that simple. I wanna stay.
So here is my physique update. As you can see, you might not be able to see a lot of like muscle definition. Obviously this lighting isn't great either, but compared to what I was like before, then obviously this is quite a big difference. And when you watch the end of the video about bulking and how to do it and stuff, I will explain more about my next steps and to stop a bulk and like when I'm going to stop mine and what I'm going to do next. I'm going to show you what I eat in a day now, trying to follow roughly the same amount of calories and roughly the same amount of macros. Here is what I eat in a day. From the gym, I did cardio today. Was like not really in the mood to do spin for like a full half hour, so I did 10 minutes on the cross trainer, 20 minutes of really intense spin, and then 10 minutes on the treadmill on an incline. And then I had a call with a client on the way home. I'm just going to take my coat off because I'm super hot. Also picked up a delivery. I basically ordered some chia seeds. I'm excited to use them. Also, I did like get literally 3 items from the shop. Some eggs, some tangerines. These were only £1.15 for the whole pack. Some strawberries, which were £2.10, and there's quite a lot in there. And this yogurt, which I didn't actually want to buy this. I wanted to buy total Greek yogurt, but it was £2.50. It was really expensive. This was only £1. And this is the chia seeds, so I'm going to open them now. I think I might have the strawberry because they look really good and I'm starving. I haven't eaten since that last meal I showed you. Oh, that's really good. I've just seen some workmen on the roof, literally opposite. I don't know if you can see. Can you see them up there? See? So I've been having these strawberry stevia flave drops. There we go. So I got these from My Protein, and obviously stevia is one of the best sweeteners. But I've actually been having them in water because literally you just need 1 drop in here. I'll show you. Put 1 or 2 drops like this. And then it smells really good. And then just literally I just mix it with my straw. Tastes like strawberry water. Obviously stevia, so it's my preferred sweetener, but I just wanted to show you that little tip. I will leave a link below to the drops, so if you want to buy them. But yeah, that's a really good tip to help you drink more water. Here we go guys, this is what they look like. Sorry about the noise in the background, that is the kettle boiling. But yeah, these are the organic chia seeds. So the benefit of these is they are a natural source of fibre and omega, so they have really healthy fats in. You can sprinkle them on like your pancakes or porridge, or make things with them. So this is peanut butter powder, which I really recommend getting. You just mix it with water and it's really good macros. Then I had it with this popcorn, which has amazing macros as well, like 7 grams of carbs per packet. So this was my carbohydrate for my breakfast, and I had this with 140 grams of Greek yogurt, some of the freeze-dried good guru berries that I showed you guys this morning, and some satsumas. I had 10 grams of dark chocolate, and that's the peanut butter powder. And then I had my protein pancakes. So if you want to make these, guys, the link is in the description box. I've made a video on them before, and it's so easy to make, so I definitely recommend. I did vanilla flavoured ones using the Good Guru protein powder, and I was just drying them on there because I didn't have a drying rack. I've bought one now, guys, but at the time I didn't. So yeah, as you can see, it makes really good pancakes. By the end, guys, when I put all the toppings on, but I am actually going to be having my peanut butter on that too, and I'm going to be pouring this popcorn on top. Trust me, it's amazing on top of these. But yeah, definitely try these. And basically I sprinkled some Good Guru seeds and fibre and some of this choc shot and some of my sugar-free syrup all on here. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, and then this is 2 egg whites, 5 grams of chia seeds, and grated zucchini, and some coconut flour and baking powder. And then I just took the chocolate off the pancakes and put it on here because they are in the microwave right now because they've gone cold. I'm taking all the pictures, so I'm going to be having this with the pancakes and my popcorn. And I'm watching something on my laptop. So guys, as you can see, I've entered it into my Fitness Pal. So you've got all the stuff that I had this morning before spin or cardio, whatever I did, plus the breakfast I've just had now. So you can see there's the coconut flour, there's the fruit, the courgette. I'm just changing the Good Guru's berries to 2 because obviously I had 1 serving before the gym and 1 afterwards. Definitely recommend this app. It's really good. You can see the breakdown of carbs, fats and proteins, and I have done a video on how to use my Fitness Pal if you want to check it out. So I've just been working, I've taken a couple of calls, and so it's now 4 o'clock. My food's gone down a little bit and I am gonna go food shopping. I should be back by around 5:30. I will then probably do some more work, have a snack. I will see you guys in a bit. So what we've got here is 100 grams of wafer chicken. I've got some carrot sticks there and there, some lettuce underneath and some spinach, so it's in a bowl like this. I've then got some reduced sugar tomato ketchup and some light mayo and some herbs seasoning and a green tea. And I'm gonna watch something on my laptop. I've just been working for about 2 hours. It's my to-do list here, so now it is time for a little snack, or a rather big one. So this was my dinner, which was the sun-dried tomato rice. Some noodles, these are the zero noodles from my protein fettuccine, I don't know how you say it, but they're like 0 calorie, 0 carb noodles. I'll put the link in the description for them. I then had that with some tuna and lots of steamed veg, as you can see, and a slice of Leerdema light cheese on top, and then just baked that in the oven for a bit so it like went all crispy. I think I had some coconut oil like sprayed on top as well. So the protein I've got there is tuna, the fats is the cheese and oil, I've got my carbohydrates from the rice, and then I've got my vegetables as well, which you need at every meal. So yeah, that's it guys for my dinner. And then I had my shredded zucchini, 2 egg whites with some baking powder, cooked in the microwave with some frozen berries on top and some dark chocolate. I've also got some P2B there that I was pointing at, which is powdered peanut butter and some zero syrup. And here is my fruit, some yogurt and the Good Guru berries I showed you this morning. And then I had some of this sweet caramel Sunbites popcorn that I told you guys earlier that I got in Waitrose. I think I showed you. But the macros on this are amazing, so I had a bag of that. It were 160 grams of Greek yogurt. Okay, so that's what I eat in a day, and I will put the macros on the screen of what I had that day and the calories and everything. Obviously, like I said before, it's not the same every single day. And now I'm going to talk about bulking, when you should do it, why you should do it, and if you're a girl, what it means for you, because I know it can be seen as like quite a guy thing to do. So bulking is basically going in a calorie surplus and your intention is to build muscle. So for any of you girls say that you want to have abs or you want to have a bum or whatever, you can't get that by being in a deficit. You're gonna have to be in a surplus and eating more food. At the same time, if your goal is to build muscle, that does mean you're gonna be at the gym having to lift heavy weights if you want to build muscle. If you want to get lean, you want to have abs, you want to show some definition in your arms, wherever it might be on your body, then this section is for you. Can you lose fat and build muscle at the same time? You can, but it's very difficult to do and the progress is very slow. If you are overweight right now, I suggest you lose the fat first and then think about muscle building kind of program. You can do exercises that are going to keep your muscle strength, because obviously if you're in a deficit, you want to try and not lose any muscle. Depending on your stage of lifting and where you are on your exercise journey and how long you've been going to the gym, your lifting regime is going to depend on like who you are. But I suggest a minimum of 4 days a week, and you want to cut cardio right back. Best cardio you can do is HIIT training, and you want to be doing HIIT training for 15 to 20 minutes, that's it, and maximum twice a week if you are trying to bulk. The reason I say to try and keep some cardio in is because you want to try and keep your cardiovascular fitness up, but you obviously are trying to build muscle, so you don't want to be doing endurance cardio, you don't want to be doing running, don't want to be doing marathon, anything like that. No good for building muscle. And you really want to push yourself at the gym. You want to be doing progressive overload, so building the weights or sets, basically the volume each week to week. If you're unsure about any of this, there are so many people out there that will help you, including myself. I'm a personal trainer, so if you have any questions about a muscle building type program or what to do at the gym, I'm happy to help. Drop me an email, comment below, I will reply. Also, if you're at the gym as well, just ask someone, but just make sure that the person that you're talking to is qualified. They're not just a social media, Instagram, YouTuber, fitness girl. Make sure that they are qualified and know what they're talking about. On the days that you are doing cardio as well, you want to be eating more on those days. So the days that you're doing HIIT, which should be, like I said, maximum 3 days a week, then make sure those days that you are eating more. The other thing is rest days. You need to make sure that you're taking at least 1 rest day a week. Rest days are so important if you want to grow muscle, because your muscles need to recover and they need to rest to grow. So doing 7 days of straight working out all the time is not going to be good for you, and it's going to be a shock to the system. Despite eating more, you still need to make sure you are resting and recovering. So how long to do it for is dependent on you. What you've got to remember when you are in a calorie surplus, that you need to be eating good foods. So you are going to gain a little bit of fat, that you can't just not, like if you're in a surplus you're going to gain a little bit of fat. But if you are doing your surplus in bad processed foods, unhealthy foods, then you're going to gain more fat than muscle. I've been eating really healthily, in moderation, a balance, so 80% healthy, 20% a little bit of unhealthy, but that way I've minimized my fat gain and maximized my muscle gain. So when you are in a calorie surplus, make sure that your macros are really on point, and your micros as well. So what I mean by that, you are getting your vegetables in still, because obviously you are eating more food, but you need to make sure you're eating your vegetables, your fruits, and eating your proteins and your carbohydrates and your fats from good sources. For me personally and my journey, I've been on a bulk now for 9 to 10 months. What I recommend for when you're working out your macros and your calories is that you work out your protein first and then your carbohydrates and then your fats. I would recommend minimum, if you are trying to gain muscle, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if you're 130 pounds, have 130 grams of protein. It's really, really important because you're going to be lifting heavy weights, you're going to be tearing your muscle fibers every time you work out, which is a good thing because that is how they grow and that is how you build bigger muscles. Don't be scared of protein, girls. Like, you're not gonna eat loads of protein and then blow up. I don't know why girls are so scared of protein. It's also such a good food because it's really, really filling and you need it. So I'd say minimum 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight to 1.4. I mean, I have quite a lot, as you saw on my what I eat in a day. That's just a preference. I love foods that have protein in, so that's what I do. If you struggle to get your protein in, I recommend getting a protein shake. They're so easy. You can use them cooking, you can use them to make pancakes, cookies, muffins, ice cream, have a milkshake. I recommend getting the Good Guru. I will leave a discount code below. They're what I use. They do really good vegan ones, they do whey ones, chocolate, vanilla. Literally just go on Pinterest or Instagram and try protein recipes. There's tons out there. One of your questions is probably how to gain muscle and not get fat at the same time. I have just said a little bit about this, but I just reiterate it's really, really important that you're eating good micronutrients, so your fruits and your vegetables, and you're getting in fibre intake daily as well. So females, you want to be aiming for a minimum of 25 grams of fibre a day, men about 30 to 35. So that's really, really important as well. If you're unsure on what you should be having, what your macros should be and what your calories should be, you can drop me an email. I do macronutrient profiling as well. So it's just chloetmodel@gmail.com or just comment below. There are calculators online, but I've used them before and everyone gives me a different answer. I think it's really important to talk to someone about your lifestyle, where you are now, how you're eating, and rather than go on a dramatic change, is to have someone kind of guide you and on what foods you should be eating as well. You don't want to be filling your macros with really unhealthy foods because then you will gain fat, and obviously that's what you want to minimize. I would suggest going a bit further than you want to, so going a bit bigger than you think, because obviously you're in a surplus. So when you go back to maintenance or in a deficit, then you're obviously going to lose a bit of muscle. You will obviously lose the fat as well too, so your muscle will show. The first thing when you go in a deficit that's going to come off is the fat, but you will lose a little bit of muscle, depending if you go back to maintenance or in a deficit, that is. So my plan is to keep going on with the bulk probably for another month. Then I'm going to go back to maintenance for a few weeks, just see what happens, and then maybe go in a deficit for a couple of weeks, just because, as I showed in my physique update at the beginning of this video, which I will put in now, you can see that there's not a lot of definition, but I know that under there is a lot of muscle because I've been working really, really hard at the gym, lifting very heavy weights for 10 months now. I know that when I go in a deficit, some of that fat will come off. If too much comes off, I can just go back up again. So it's just about experimenting. It doesn't happen overnight. So if you want to build muscle, is not going to happen in 12 weeks or like 2 months, whatever, or even some of you think it's going to happen in like 3 weeks. It's going to take about a year. Some people it takes years of weight training to build up their base of muscle, and it also depends on your past. So what exercise you've been doing in the past, if you're an athlete, muscle memory, all those sort of things. Genetics, everyone shows muscle differently. Like some people show their abs really, really easily, and that's all down to genetics. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. Don't compare yourself to the people on Instagram or YouTube. You need to just focus on your journey. If you follow these steps and potentially get the help from someone as well, then you can reach your goal. I personally did have help as well. I had a personal trainer from last July to December, so I think it was about 7 months or so, 8 months, and I had personal training 3 times a week. So I think it's really, really important to have someone there to support you. If you can't have someone in person, then even an online coach, which I do as well. I have clients all around the world, all around the UK. Trouble with females is that we get very attached to the scale. You need to understand that in a bulk the scale is going to go up. If that scares you, I suggest using a tape measure, pictures, which is what I've been doing. So measuring your waist, your hips, so basically like around your bum, so you can measure your glute growth, your biceps, you can do your legs if you want to as well, and then doing your measurements every 2 to 3 weeks. Every week is a bit unnecessary because you're not going to be changing loads, and I'd recommend measuring in centimetres. If you want to track on the scale, I do think it can be beneficial because you can make sure you're not gaining too quickly, because you could be gaining too much fat. Like I said, muscle growth is very slow, so if you're gaining really fast, that's going to be fat, which you don't want, so then you might want to bring the calories down a bit. You don't want to go on a massive surplus, you want to gradually build the calories up, and then when you plateau, you can then add more calories in, which is why I think the scale can be beneficial, because if you see it at the same number for a few weeks, you know, okay, I need to increase calories, maybe from some good carbs or some good protein. So I think that side can be useful, but if you're playing on your mind and you don't like the fact it's going up, which I know a lot of females don't like seeing it go up, then use the tape measure and use pictures. Pictures are so powerful, and I definitely recommend, even if you don't like where you are now, and I know it's really hard to take pictures of yourself when you don't like what you look like, where you are now, and then do them every 2 weeks. I'll put some examples on the screen, but just to show you how important, because when you're looking at yourself, you kind of forget what you look like, but when you see on the screen or someone else sees you and they see your progress, you really see the change. That's how I recommend tracking your progress. If you have any other questions, just comment below, like I said, or email me. My Instagram also is chloetmodel, which I'll put on the screen now. And I also have a recipes one called chloeinspires. Also, I'd really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, because I am quite new, as you can see, compared to some YouTubers out there. And if you found this video helpful and you've made it this far, then obviously like what you're seeing and you like the content, so thank you. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. In next week's video, I'm going to be talking about I have left my current model agency and I'm kind of taking a step back from modeling. So in my next video, I'm going to be talking about that, why I made the choice, and also what happened and what my plans are for the future. So make sure you subscribe so that you can see that video, and I will see you next week. Bye!